everybody doing? Okay. So it's always nice to be in Gainesville. It's a beautiful part of the state, and I know we have a lot of individuals that are back here for school. First off, I want to compliment the sheriff on a wonderful election win last night. We had a lot of elections around the state. Unfortunately, we had weather that people were able to get out to vote, and we had good early and absentee voting. But today we're here because we have a tropical depression in the Gulf, Tropical Depression 9. It's heading in this direction. It's going to turn into a tropical storm. We've been getting updates from the National Hurricane Center today. We'll have another update at 5:15. But if you follow it, we're going to have a storm surge. We're going to have significant storm surge. It's sort of in the Pasco to sort of the Panama City area. It's going to be 3 to 5 feet, potentially as many as 9 feet. We're going to have a lot of rain, 5 to 10 inches of rain, with the potential of having some places 15 inches of rain. People remember back 4 years ago when we had the Republican convention, and we had that hurricane that actually ultimately went west. It left a lot of rain in the Palm Beach area, and so it had a significant impact, and it took quite a while to get rid of all that rain. We have potential for tornadoes. If you look at where this is going, this part of the state could get could get brunt of the rain because it's on the sort of the south and the east side of the center of the storm. We're going to have down power lines. Fortunately, we have great utilities all around the state. They're pre-positioning, they're getting ready, but don't go touch a down power line. On top of that, we're going to have standing water. We're going to have flooding. Don't drive into standing water. Be careful. We have great state emergency management teams. The State Emergency Operations Center is at level 2. We have great local emergency management teams. You have a great emergency management team right here in Alachua County. The sheriff's team is ready to do a great job. Hopefully they won't have to, but we're going to have a storm. Fortunately, we haven't had a hurricane in a long time, so people often get complacent. So just think about this. Follow the news. Have a battery-powered radio in case you lose your power so you can follow. If we're going to have a tornado, it's going to be very important that you have that. 3 days of water, 3 days of food. If you need medicine, make sure you have your medicine. If you think you might need an emergency shelter, know where they are. If you have a family friend that might need a special needs emergency center, know where they are. Pet center, know where they are. Have a plan. You can go to flgetaplan.com to look at what you need to do to get ready for a tropical storm or for a hurricane. As you know, we have some cases of Zika in our state. The most important thing that every Floridian has to do right now is get rid of standing water. We are going to have standing water after this storm. So the goal is quickly get rid of all that standing water. So get rid of it before the storm, get rid of it after the storm. If you do that, we're going to have fewer mosquitoes, and we'll have less chance that we'll have additional cases of Zika. So the state's ready. I hope everybody takes the time to get ready. We have over 20 million people in our state. We have over 110 million tourists. It's part of our job. We love all of our tourists. We love all the people that come to our state. They help build our economy. We've got to help take care of them and make sure we educate them. Now I'll turn it over to the sheriff.
Thank you, Governor Scott. As you can tell, he is well informed and has given you some great advice. He is taking this storm seriously, and so should we. I ask you to be prepared. As he's given you several tips, follow those tips. Stay informed, follow what the information is. This is something to be taken seriously. It can have a massive effect either from the rain or the wind damage and structural damage. So be safe, follow the news, pay attention, and know that public safety in this area and throughout our region and in the state with the National Guard, who the Adjunct Major General will speak after me, we're well prepared. We collaborate very well, and we've been through major situations before. The commanders who are behind me are prepared from a law enforcement and public safety standpoint to step it up or escalate it down or de-escalate it from the standpoint of preparedness. We've got extra staff prepared to deploy if necessary. We've got special training for some chainsaw incidents if we have trees down or some structures that need to be accessed. We've got some specialized equipment that we used in these situations that get us into areas that are usually not easily navigated. So again, I ask you to take it seriously. If nothing else, if we are spared from any major damage or major harm, storm, then it's been a good drill, a good training. And that's what we do in law enforcement all the time. We prepare, we train, and we get ready for anything that may happen. So do pass along. You are serving a great public service here by informing your viewers, your listeners, and those who go on the web, the social media. Use the power of your information to help people be prepared. Thank you. I'll turn it over now to the Adjutant General.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Governor. I'd like to echo what the Governor and the Sheriff just said of having a plan. The Florida National Guard is prepared. We train annually throughout the year with both federal, state, and local partners. We have 6,000 available to assist on this hurricane, or whether it turns into a hurricane or not. We have 6,000 available to respond. The biggest thing is, though, as they mentioned, prepared with batteries, being prepared long enough to allow us to get to you to help you. We have engineers, aviation, transportation, special forces, and Zodiac boats to go out and help and assist, but we need you to make that initial plan to be prepared so you will not be trapped. And if the order comes from emergency planners to evacuate, go ahead and heed those causes, but we will be there and we're ready to assist the state, the governor, Division of Emergency Management, and the State Emergency Response Team. Thank you very much.
Sure.
If I could introduce our commission chair, Chair Hutchinson. You come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much. Alachua County has areas throughout the county and all the cities that flood. We know that areas in Archer, we know areas in Gainesville, Hawthorne, and mostly the local people know about these areas, but if you're traveling outside an area that you are unfamiliar with, be aware that you could encounter flooding just about anywhere. One of our concerns that we really worked out the details on a few months ago was how the people in our homeless camps and people outside of our homeless camps who are camping in the woods, how to make them safe during major flooding or wind events. And so the city has done a tree survey looking at the tree hazards that might be out at Dignity Village and Grace Marketplace. We do have evacuation plans that would have RTS buses that would carry people away from there if the storm gets any worse than what's anticipated. We're very proud of the effort that our emergency staff has put together, and when you see the number of agencies that are coordinated, it's quite a group effort. So thank you all very much.
We can answer any questions everybody has.
Governor Scott, it's going to be very easy for me to go out after the storm is over and dump over my flower pots and remove the standing water. Much different challenge for you guys on the public land side where there's going to be standing water. What are you going to be doing from a state perspective in terms of protecting us from Zika on these large areas of public lands that are going to have standing water?
Well, it's going to be, Forest Service, it's going to be DEP, everybody's going to have to be part of it. Our national park, our state parks are going to have to be part of it. Our national parks are going to have to be part of it. Everybody's got to take this seriously. Fortunately, the risk is where you live. These mosquitoes are in your home, they're in your yard, they're where you go to work. They might be where you go to a restaurant. They might be these are the places where they're going to be, and that's because they like humans. And so that's the biggest focus, but all of us are going to have to do it, and the state's going to have to do their part. The cities, all of us are having to do their part.
I mean, ditches on the side of the road is the first thing that comes to mind. What happens there?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody. But, anything that's moving, it's not a problem. It's stuff that's normal to be there. That's not a problem. Lakes and rivers, they're not an issue. It's just standing water that's from, the rain, things like that. Anybody else? Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.